Hey guys, welcome to another Hypixel API tutorial. This time we're going to be doing something a little different. So we're actually going to be going out and making a mini series because there's a specific endpoint that's actually really special that I want to cover, but it's really big. So we're going to be taking it one step at a time, and even these separate videos are going to be a little bigger than usual. So hopefully you guys don't get too bored, but I'll try and keep it as short as possible while still maintaining all the information there. Now, before I go into the specific endpoint, I want to say a quote from a friend, Frog actually, who also works with the API and stuff sometimes, and who has like made Minecraft clients and stuff. He has a lot of experience. He said, "The Hypixel API was made by a dev team, constantly high on every joke known to man." And I think this is very reflective of the naming scheme on this. You'll notice if you haven't so, like some of the previous videos that I've done for the tutorials for Hypixel API, we haven't gone too far in, but here's when you'll really notice that the naming schemes are absolutely horrible. So I'll try to do my best to help you. But if you have any questions, please feel free to go in the description. I have a lot of people who have been helping me over the time, especially a shout out to like Sesmic and Apple Pies for helping me. Even though sometimes they don't obviously know the answer to everything because the dev team is just absolutely like crazy, when it comes to the naming schemes. So I just thought if you need help, go down. I have so many people who can help me find an answer for you. Even if I don't know it, I promise you I'll get an answer. And if I can't get you an answer, guess what? No one can because you're not going to get an answer if I can't get you K1 unless you have like some secret contact with the admin team who is like the person who developed it or something. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to be looking at the resource endpoint today, specifically the achievements section of the resource endpoint, because the resource endpoint is really big. It actually has subsections, so we're going to be looking at the achievement subsections of the resource endpoint. You'll notice I've got my API key crossed out here, or commented out, and this is because you're not required to use an API key for this. In fact, there's no parameters at all for this thing, which actually makes it a little unique, because every other call, or every other endpoint in the Hypixel API I believe at the time we're recording this requires a key. However, this specific one doesn't require a key, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and run this. And just to show you guys, as always, this is going to be essentially unreadable. But I just thought I'd show you what it looks like if you just print this out. But obviously, I'm a good human being, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it actually looks like when you open this up in a browser, I guess, or what it looks like if you have like an auto formatting browser for JSON. So I'm using Firefox, or you can use Chrome with specific JSON formatting extensions. Or I think there's a few other things that you can figure out, but I suggest Firefox. It's just the easiest, and there's no extra download or anything required. So obviously, always success. Mine are true because it worked. If it's false, you'll get another thing called cause, and that'll say why it was a failure. But if you somehow get cause with this, it's because it's an issue on their end. There's no parameters at all, so there's no reason why it'd be false on your side, I don't think. There's last update, so that's the last time that this list was updated. Uh, and obviously, it's a Hypixel Unix timestamp, so it includes milliseconds, which I think they're fairly consistent on. Don't quote me on that though, because with how inconsistent they are with everything else, it wouldn't surprise me that they mess this up once in a while. So that means if you're only wanting the seconds, you're going to take off these last three, and if you're wanting to include the milliseconds, then it's the full thing. Now, what is the resource achievements endpoint? Well, this is an endpoint that gives you a list of every achievement, including legacy achievements, that isn't an admin only achievement. So let me rephrase that. It's an achievement or a list of all the achievements that either is currently available to the public or at one point was available to the public. Okay, so you will not find admin only achievements in here. Don't bother. Okay, there's admins that have specific achievements under the player stats, such as I think there's one called like OMG admin or something like that, under like bridge achievements, but you won't find that. Okay, this is only for achievements that were available at some time or that are currently available to the public. Before I get started into some of the horrible naming scheme that you may have already noticed here, I'm going to go briefly into some examples. So in each subsection here, you're going to find one time, you're going to find tiered, which are two subfolders or subsections. Then you'll find total points and total legacy points. So total points is the total amount of achievement points, because each achievement has a given value attached to it. within the one time and the tiered, for all the achievements in there, they each have their own value. And so just the sum, the cumulative sum, or sorry, not cumulative sum, just the sum of all the AP within those. And then total legacy points is the amount of legacy points that are available within here. And I'll show you guys that here. So if we open one time and then go under all eggs 2019, so this is an example of a one-time legacy achievement. So it was worth 30 points, and it's from the 2019. That's why it's legacy. We're no longer 2019. So it was a long time ago, so it's legacy now. And so we've got the name, which is just what you see in game, the name of the achievement. We've got the description of the achievement. And we've got, because it's a legacy achievement, we've got legacy and it says true. If it's not legacy, this just won't be there. So it can only ever be true. It defaults to true and it's only ever true. Fun fact. Now, if I give you an example of, I'm going to keep Easter open. We'll go back to that in a second. If I open up duels one time, and let's say gone fishing, as an example of a non-legacy achievement. So here, as previously shown, for the one-time achievements, we've got the amount of points, we've got the name, we've got the description. Instead of a legacy value, we've actually got these two other values, which are game percent unlocked and global percent unlocked. So for those who have worked with percentages, if you've taken a statistics class or a similar course, if you've taken like basic statistics in like a 9th grade math course or something, depending where you live, what country you live in, there's like different grading schemes. But if you're taking any amount of statistics, you're going to hate Hypixel here. Because the way they do stats, so normally in stats, 1.0 is 100%. Here, 100.0 is 100%. Okay? Which is horrible, but that's just how it is. So this is at 91%. This is 0.91%. Okay, just keep that in mind. So game percent unlocked is the percentage of people who have the percentage of the people who have played the game. It represents the amount of those people who have unlocked the achievement. So out of everybody who has played a mode that includes a gun fishing, so I think this is like a Skywars achievement technically. So out of all the people who have played Skywars duels, okay, not just normal Skywars, but Skywars duels, only 0.91 whatever percent of those people have gotten this achievement. And then there's global percent unlocked, which is out of so if you take the amount of the list of every single unique account that is logged into Hypixel at some time since they started tracking, which was essentially at the very start, which was over 5 years ago now. It was a long, long time ago. Out of that very large number, the percentage of those people, right? So there's roughly 3 times more people who have been on the server than who have played the game, right? So there's like double the amount of people who haven't played the game. So only like a third of people have played Hypixel duels, Skywars, or Skywars duels, right? That's an example of that. I'll show you guys just an example just so you can believe me on the stats stuff. Here, 7%. This is 22%. Like I said, if you've done stats, you're going to hate Hypixel here, but just know Hypixel is dumb a lot, okay? The devs are just dumb a lot when it comes to the API. You deal with it. Now looking over at the tiered, so for example, I'm going to open up tiered throw eggs. And for here, there's like a few folders for us to open up. So we've got under throw eggs in tiered, we've got the name, which is egg throw, this is what you're going to see in game. And then we've got throw, and then variable input eggs. So this variable is going to change depending on what's down here. So for the first tier, and this goes all the way up to 5 just achievement, not always going to be 5, don't rely on that. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4. And I'm not sure, sometimes it might be 6, who knows. It's some n amount that is above 1, okay? So n above equals 1, and n is a natural positive integer, essentially. But there's the tier, there's how many points that tier is worth, and then there's the amount that you have to get, okay? Now this amount is what gets subbed into here. So to get the first tier, you need to throw 8 eggs, okay? So that's the number that gets subbed in, yeah? So that's that. Now that I've shown that, you sort of know what legacy and what isn't legacy and how that works and tiered versus non-tiered. I'm going to briefly go over all these subsections because these are horrible. And this is why I read that quote at the start, because I actually had to re-record this video because the first time I ran into, like, I have so much experience with this API, even I ran into some that I forgot what they represented, right? There's also some crazy inconsistencies between this and the player stats endpoint. So player endpoint for player stats, it's called MC Go there. Here it's called cops versus crims, or cops and crims. And in game it's cops versus crims. Yeah. So you can see how crazy it gets. I'll go through these. Yeah. Arcade, very simple. It's arcade. Okay. Arena is arena brawl, which is under classic, in the classic lobby. Okay. Currently at time of recording this. Bed Wars is Bed Wars. Blitz is Blitz survival games. Right. So if you've played Blitz, it's just a survival games game mode, or Hunger Games-ish game mode. Build Battle, quite simple. Christmas 2017. This, you might think this is only the 2017 versions of the achievements. This is all Christmas achievements, okay? 2017 part, ignore it, alright? Trust me on that. We've got Cops and Crims, which is the Cops and Crims achievements, or Cops v Crims achievements. We've got Duels, which are the Duels achievements. Easter achievements, similar to Christmas. However, for Easter, and because the Easter achievements came after the Christmas achievements, I think Easter achievements came out in 2018. They don't have the 2017 dig because I think they swapped devs or something around that time. Who knows? General achievements are general achievements. So this is like normal achievements. I can show you guys some examples if you don't know what these are. These are like hot potato achievement. This is how people scrape for like new achievements. They use this resource endpoint to find new hidden achievements. So if you ever want to do that, right over here. Gingerbread. You might be thinking, what could gingerbread possibly be? This is TKR. Why TKR is called gingerbread? It beats me, okay? I think, like, the story goes that TKR was supposed to be a Christmas-only game mode at the start of development, but then they turned into a full game mode because they put so much effort into it, they didn't want to limit it to just Christmas. But it's called gingerbread, okay? Halloween 2017, similar situation with Christmas 2017. It's just the Halloween achievements. Housing is just housing achievements. Murder mystery, very self-explanatory. That's just murder mystery. Paintball is paintball. Pit is the pit. Quake is Quakecraft. Skyblock is Skyblock. Sky Clash is the now legacy game Sky Clash. That's no longer available. All these are legacy. You'll see here. This is Sky Clash for those who don't remember, which I just want to say was far superior than Skywars, but who knows? Skywars, you know. We've got Speed UHC, which is under UHC, it's like a sub-game mode. We've got Summer, which is the summer achievement, similar story to Easter. We've got Super Smash, which are the Smash Heroes game modes. TNT Games, these are TNT Games achievements. True Combat, this one spikes a lot of people, okay? True Combat is Crazy Walls, alright? Crazy Walls. Keep that in mind. This is a legacy game. That's why it's all legacy points. But Crazy Walls, if you remember that, that's what that is. UHC is the classic game that everybody hates because it's filled with B-hoppers nowadays, although it's been getting a little better. That's UHC for you. And Vampire Z is Vampire Z. That's actually the best named one. We've got Walls, which is the classic Walls under classic lobby currently, right? We've got Walls 3, which is the updated version of Walls, which is Mega Walls, right? Because Mega Walls is just the third edition of Walls. Not to be confused with Walls Map version 3, the game mode that you can play on like with friends and stuff. That's not the same. Okay, Walls is Walls. Walls 3 is Mega Walls. Then we've got Warlords, which is, you know, Warlords, right? I want to say, if you have any questions on this, there's so many inconsistencies in this between like caps, and some achievements have like spaces in their names, and some have dashes and underscores and all this absolute mess. Leave a comment down below and I'll hopefully help you as much as possible. But like I said, this is a very difficult one, so if you don't have like a firm grasp on stuff, you're gonna get lost here and there. Just try your best, and when in doubt, send a comment down below and I can hopefully help you out, as I have done a lot of research into like what these mean and stuff, and I've asked different devs and here and there. I've done a lot of research, so I generally know what most of these are. That said, that's been this video. So like the video if you found it helpful at all, or if you need, or if you think that other people should, it might help other people, you should like this video. And then subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all my tutorial videos that are coming out, or even my other content, non-tutorial content that comes out once in a while. But that's been it for this Hypixel tutorial, Hypixel API tutorial video.